Hi guys, welcome back to Dimitra's Dishes. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to make lemony roasted chicken and potatoes the Greek way. I'm surprised I haven't brought this recipe to you sooner. I have taught you how to make roasted lemony chicken before and roasted lemony potatoes, but never put the two together. This is a classic Greek dish that's served in every Greek home, and these days one-pan meals, also known as sheet pan meals, are trending. Everybody's making a version of them, and I'm deciding to bring you my version because I made this the other day and I shared a picture on Facebook and on Instagram and everybody wanted the recipe. So here it is. It doesn't get simpler than this. Let's go over the ingredients and then we're going to get started. So over here I have some chicken thighs. You could use thighs, a combination of thighs and drumsticks, but we only have thighs today, skin on and bone in. We have some potatoes that I've peeled and they're soaking in water to prevent them from going brown. The spices are ground cumin, lots of salt, some crushed red pepper flakes, lots of dried oregano, some black pepper. We're going to need some olive oil, a little bit of parsley for garnish, and then some whole garlic cloves and lemon juice. So when we're using lemon juice for any recipe that you're using to cook, for any recipe that you're going to cook, you always want to use fresh lemon juice from a lemon, never the stuff that comes in a jar. That stuff you can use for cleaning, but that's my little thing for today. I'll leave it there. Now, you also see paprika here. Paprika is optional. If you want your chicken to have a little bit of color, you can add about a teaspoon of paprika. I'm going to leave it out because it's not traditional, but it's something that you can do. Again, you can substitute anything over here that you don't like. If you don't like cumin powder, leave it out. If you've never tried it, though, give it a try because it does give a nice earthy taste. If you're not a fan of oregano, or if you don't have it, you can use thyme, you can use fresh rosemary. Let me know what you're doing in the comment section down below. So we're going to begin by making the marinade. So the marinade is super simple. I'm making my Lemony, which is a lemony olive oil marinade that I love to use in almost everything. Chicken, fish, salad, it's great stuff. So we're going to put some olive oil in a bowl. And lots of freshly squeezed lemon juice because it's going to tenderize the chicken and add lots of freshness and flavor. And then I'm going to grate some garlic cloves. Now the recipe says 2 to 3 cloves. These are small cloves and we have a lot of chicken, so I want to have a lot of flavor. So I'm just going to grate 4 of these cloves. Okay, so now I'm just going to set the marinade aside. I'm going to whisk it together in just a couple minutes, and I'm going to cut my potatoes. Now, traditionally, lemony chicken and potatoes is made with potato wedges. Like that's the shape that we cut them in. But because I want this to cook all together in about an hour, I'm just going to cut the potatoes in cubes so that way they cook evenly and quickly. So my potato cubes are ready. I'm using russet potatoes. You can use russet potatoes or golden potatoes. Any baking potato will do. I'm not a huge fan of the red potatoes because they don't roast as well as these do. You could even use little baby potatoes, and then that would really literally eliminate the step because you would just peel the skins off or leave them on if you're a fan of the skin and just cut them in half because they're really small, and that would work here. So now I'm just going to put everything in my baking tray. Everything is in the pan. Now I'm just going to whisk the lemon, olive oil, and garlic together. And I'm just going to pour it over the top of everything. That's that. We're going to mix up all of these dried spices and herbs. And then we're just going to put it all over. You can just put it all on top like that. And then with the cook's best tools, your 2 clean hands, go ahead and mix everything up so the marinade can go everywhere. And that's it. The last step to this, or the final step, is to put a little bit of water, like a 1/4 cup or so, in the pan. And we add the water in just so that way at the end product it'll have a little bit more sauce and it won't burn on the bottom. But that's it. This is ready. This is going to go in the oven. The oven is preheated to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to pop it in there and we're going to let it bake until the chicken is fully cooked and the potatoes are tender. That's going to take between 45 minutes to an hour. Honestly, it usually takes me an hour, otherwise the potatoes are still kind of hard, and you want this to be perfectly cooked. Now, at the end, you could also raise the temperature a bit so that it can get a really nice color. Maybe the last 10 minutes or so, you can raise it to 450 degrees. Just keep an eye on it so it doesn't burn. I'll show you what it looks like as soon as it comes out. It took exactly 1 hour for my roasted chicken and potatoes to be ready. The last 15 minutes, I did raise the temperature all the way up to 475 degrees Fahrenheit, just so it could get nice and golden all over. So it just smells incredible around here. What I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna put some of these parsley leaves that have been washed over the chicken just to garnish it on top and just to add a beautiful pop of color and some freshness. Even though it's piping hot, I'm just gonna take some out to give it a taste. You can still add some salt if it needs it, but I really don't think it will. I think it's gonna be just fine. Let me get some of that sauce, that lemony, yummy sauce. What I like to do is to serve this with just some toasted bread. I have some rosemary bread here. I'm gonna taste the sauce first because it is calling my name. There's so much sauce, so much goodness to pick up. This is perfect. I'm just gonna mash up the potatoes because that's how I like to eat roasted potatoes when they're cooked with meat. I think they taste delicious. I'm gonna take a little bit of this chicken. This is how I like to eat it. I don't know about you guys, but whatever I like to eat in my childhood, I like it even more now as an adult. Goodness. These are just about the best mashed potatoes ever. I need to go and have a second bite. Just the right amount of lemon. So much flavor from the herbs. The garlic, just the right amount. The recipe, as always, a written recipe with exact measurements, is on my website, www.dimitrasdishes.com, and it's always underneath the videos as well in the description box down below. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I always love to hear what you think, and if there's anything that you want me to teach how to make next, post that in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you haven't because I don't want you to miss any recipes. I post at least 3 times a week. Thank you guys so much for spending time with me today, and I'll see you all next time. Yes,